So, welcome to 1111 Tarot. This is not a normal way we do things. It is a normal way we do things, but it's special. So, with that being said, I'm trying to get the computer to wake up so I can see chat. The computer decided as we're going live to just do this whole transition into a black screen. On my other phone, I have the video queued up for us to do the review. I want chat to be able to converse with you, so we are having technical difficulty. So let's see what is actually going on over here. I'm Mama D. Good to see you. Oh, I will say this real quick. For those of you that don't know, I am no longer doing any personal sessions. That includes personal readings of any kind for any circumstance. I've been guided to shut that down for now to preserve my energy. I don't know what for, but I am doing that. And so it is the way it is. What I will suggest is if you're having difficulty in your life, say some prayers because you have a direct connection. You just have to know it. You never lose that connection, no matter how far you stray off of your north node. You still have the connection to your guides, and I encourage you to embrace that. Okay, let's see if we can get this going, because I am getting overwhelmed by people, and I'm talking 30, 40 people a week. And yes, that's every one of them is a very serious situation. Will the reading fix it? No, it'll just make you wiser as to how you yourself are responsible for your life. And you have to embrace what is given to us and move forward. We've all had bad hiccups in our life that we've had to work through. We have not always had tarot readings to get us through. So at this time, the divine is guiding me to encourage you to get a direct connection, really strongly connected, so that you can get the guidance that you need. You will get the guidance that you need, I assure you, regardless if you get a tarot reading. In fact, getting a tarot reading might not be what you need. I'm still waiting on that to boot up. Getting a tarot reading might give you the answers that you're supposed to figure out, kind of like the cheats to a test. So with that being said, I think I have this figured out. I'm very excited to compare what we got from December 16th of 2022, which was 3 weeks ago, almost 4. Yeah, I'd say 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the date that we're recording this. We did a reading on the roommate DM, okay? And in that reading, it was very suspicious. But I reviewed this reading and I am absolutely validated. Oh my golly, it walks us through the affidavit at the end of this reading. It literally shows us in what cards we have available what's going to be shown in that affidavit. So I'm very excited to get started with you. I have chat up, I believe. Hello, Muffin Top. I am so thankful for you and Joyful Dolphin and Jenny Troglin to be my mods today. Thank you, my lovely. I greatly appreciate all 3 of you. I always appreciate my mods. We have 111 in chat. Beautiful. Fender Plums, hello to you and welcome to 1111 Tarot. Natural Healing, good to see you. Sarah Jane, Ruth D. It's jumping pretty quick now. Preston, special, super special SS, or S1. Sorry about that. Free Falling, good to see you. Mandy Lou. Sarah Jane, I appreciate you. Mary Yankton, good to see you. Says new sub from Scotland. Holy cow, we are just getting all over the place. That is beautiful. Thank you. Willow, hi, how are you? Gypsy Rose. Tracy Gear. Okay, you guys. Flossie May. Kib Kitty, good day to you. Vadas Healy, B. Rando. All right, Vaccine Vixen, Taurus Baby from Finland. Taurus Baby, hello from Finland. We're all over the world today. So, hi, Donna. Let's go ahead and get started with everybody. We are going to chat afterwards, so stay tuned. I want to give you time to get your voice out there. And with that being said, let's get started. Now, I'll be honest. I refrain. I am not supposed to watch tarot readers or channelers or anybody on the cases I work on. I'm not supposed to. So when you guys say you need to go watch this reader, no, I don't, because I've got to keep my energy unbiased. I can't be like, oh, that person talked about this, or give myself second guesses because mine matched theirs. And it just would be a mind thing I don't need. I keep my energy clear so that my read is what it is, okay? And if it happens to correlate with another reader, that's your job to figure that all out. Take what we're saying as intuitive readers and apply it to research, apply it to going down those rabbit holes to where you find something that backs that up. So tarot is not a hardcore science. This card means this. We have to use our intuition. And in that, I did a reading on DM, which is Dylan, the other roommate. I did it on December 22nd, okay? At that point, we were still on the jacks. We were still like, did jacks do this, right? Is it this jack or that jack or this jack? We were very locked into that. In that being said, we get the answers for the affidavit 3 weeks early. So when we get to that part, I will bring up how I see it. Again, tarot is not factual. There's no facts on the table. It is a direction, a guidance at best, okay? All right, my lovelies, here we go. It starts, now I do have the original link to the video that was aired on December 16th in the description, not the comments, but the description of the video. After it's uploaded, I will go back at some point in the next 24 hours and put it in the comments as well. I'll pin it. But the timestamp I came up with was 9:03. So we're starting at 8:59, just kind of go. And are you ready? Let me see. How is everybody doing? Are we ready for this? Are we ready to start? Sarah James, I think the killer was either putting the dog away or playing with the dog. That's so creepy, right? See why, Kyle? I don't watch any other readers either. You guys can go watch all of them if you want. It doesn't matter to me. I just have to personally to continue to do my readings, you know, and not think, oh, maybe I'm saying that because I saw it somewhere. You know, I can't do that. I have to just do my thing. Ready to go. All right, here we go. Let me know if you can hear good. Maybe. He said, my prayers that'll guide me through this reading. Let's go ahead and start off. Give me a 1 if you can hear. Prior to the murders. Prior to the murders. No murders have taken place. I want to understand Dylan's energy towards the 4 victims. I've got my notes. I'll be stopping it here and there. Right off the bat. She got a 33. She got sexual arts. All right. The first card is a 33. Through this reading, we keep getting 33. The only thing I could come up with was the address is 1122, and then she's getting a 33. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying I find that inquisitive. The other thing is that Brian's actual arraignment or court date, whatever you want to call it, is going to be held on the 12th of January. So what you get is the date of 11. Okay, so you get 1-1 for 11. Then you get 1-2. And then you get 2-3. Is that not crazy? And if you do it the long way, you get 11, right? 12, 20, 23, and it ends up being 112223. Again, the address is just crazy. And I thought that was interesting. And then I was thinking of sexual arts, and I'm like, she's so, and I don't say this judgmental, I say this as my opinion. Like, this is what I see from my own eyes. She's very masculine, and I've questioned all along, is she transgender? And is that what sexual art means? Okay? Okay. I need to understand that better. I want to share something with you, but I don't want to share it too soon. Show me the sexual arts. Okay. That hit me in the face and the arm. Not in that order. So I have love, but it's like a man to a woman. Let's go again. Define the sexual art and love. You got to get to the meat of the subject here. The meat and potatoes. Okay. It's definitely sexual. Sexuality. Followed by victim consciousness. Very interesting. We have a person, survivor, with an unconscious victim on the 911 call. Then I get victim consciousness, awareness. Could that be her being conscious during the attack? We have a 12, a 33, a 28, and a 4. In our root, we have a 4. This is a foundational number. 4 is considered the pillars of a foundation. 12, I get that 1 plus 2 is 3. And then I've got the 28, which is the 2 plus the 8 is 10. So the 3 with victim consciousness, it almost makes me feel like a corroboration of some type. It's very interesting that victim came out because it's prior to the murder. So we have victim consciousness, somebody feeling, Dylan feeling like she's feeling victimized in some way or aware of something like that. And then she has love over here, and it's for a man and a woman. Could be like roommates, might love her roommates, right? We're going to get qualifications that get deeper as to what this love means, what the victim consciousness means. That one's got. I paused it because we have some people wanting to know what is going on. So like the thumbnail said, it says reviewing, and then it gives you the title of an older video, and then it gives you the air date. So we are reviewing Dylan's initial read that was aired on December 16th of 2022. Now that we have the affidavit, right? And we have Dylan speaking through a lot of it about what her reported version is. And it's just a small part of it. We don't know it all. So we're going back to look at our initial reading that was prior to the affidavit, prior to Brian even being known of, to see how close we were, what information. It's a way for us tarot readers, as well as those that are 1111 family, to review what we've done for work in the past, to see what we can learn, right? It's just what we do on 1111 Tarot. But you're welcome to join us. Okay, you guys, here we go. But what's really interesting with Dylan is she's got a seductive nature about her poses. She doesn't try to be cute. She doesn't try to be adorable. She tries to do the whole, like, lay it on and pouty lips and very sexually energized energy. And so I get that 33 sexual arts, and then I get sexuality, which is a 4. We'll define more. so weird with all the sexual innuendos on the board out of 4 cards. Half of them have to do with sex. Then I got victim consciousness and love. It's really, I feel very much what I've been feeling towards this energy. Different deck. Thank you. Okay. 10 of Wands on the bottom. I won't take it, but that's releasing burdens. How did Dylan feel about Ethan? 10 of Cups. Satisfaction. A yes. No problem. She really liked Ethan a lot. Like your 10 of Cups, emotional happiness. How did she feel about Xana? 3 of Cups. You could see this as somebody that likes to party. You could also see it as fringing on somebody you party with. It could be that there's 3 energies here with Ethan, her. 3 is a crowd kind of feel. We'll find out. Show me why 3. 33, 3. She's got a lot of 3s around her. Show me what is going on with Xana and the 3 of Cups. Toxicity. So I said, show me with DM and Xana's energy. Now, we just did a reading last night that qualified the timeline that Dylan reports in the affidavit. And she got the same cards. And she'll get the next 3 cards to the same question in both that read on December 16th and the reading that we just did. So she starts off with the Devil card, followed by Justice. And I said, when you get those 2 together, they're both major arcana. The Devil card and Justice can mean, okay, it can mean revenge. I'm just letting you know. It's a toxic form of justice. It's an attachment, obsession. It's a get even kind of energy. It can be very deeply felt, like subconscious. Okay? I want to thank all of you that are catching a live today that you normally don't get a chance to do. I am getting to where we're going to do a few during the week in the morning like this. And then we're going to do some in the evening so that we can accommodate as many people as possible. I love my whole family. Okay, here we go. See, that's really interesting because Ethan, we got how she feels about Ethan is he's total 10 of Cups, complete satisfaction, right next to the love card. She favored Ethan according to the cards. According to the cards, I've got that 3, and I'm like, what is this 3? I couldn't quite place it. I felt like it was a party card. Well, drugs can also be toxicity. Were drugs ever exchanged between Xana and Dylan? 10 of Swords in the back, betrayal. Victim consciousness, 10 swords, 10 knives. Show me the relationship between Xana and Dylan. Damn. You could look at it 2 ways. You could be like, all right, she wanted justice, but there was no crime at the time. A lot of the times, this could also be seen as getting justice for something. Let me understand something. Did Dylan have anything against Xana? Did Dylan have anything against? Okay, we got a story. King of Pentacles, 111 in the likes. Thank you, my beautifuls. I appreciate you. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, longevity, somebody long term. 8 of Pentacles, work. The Tower moment, which is very serious. And the 9 of Wands, my ring was turning, something's going in my favor. Okay, So we're talking about Xana's relationship with Dylan. And I've got the Wounded Warrior. So let's back up. They work together, my understanding. Now, I don't know that they work together. I think it is Xana and Maddie that work together. So during this reading, I kept getting all these working cards, the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. And now that I know they don't work together, and that's been cleared up, it still tells me that there is money on the table. There is a sense of exchange. We have a King of Pentacles that's steady, that's solid energy, right? I'm now wondering, who is that energy? And with the Eight of Pentacles, working, it still means working. The meaning of the card stays the same, even though the two girls don't work together. It now brings into the question, is DM working with this King of Pentacles? And we're talking about how she feels about Xana. So, long-term relationship of working together makes sense. Long-term working together. Eight of Pentacles means working relationship. The Tower moment. With the Tower happened. Something changed forever with this. Now, in both readings, the one last night and this one, I am talking about prior to the murders during this section, as well as the other when I get the Tower card, which is total destruction. It's a life-changing event where things will never, ever be the same again. In two separate reads, 3 weeks apart, I get the Tower prior. And I believe last night I got that Tower at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, because we did it on an hourly basis, okay? So what is that? Because you don't get the Tower normally just like boom. When the Tower comes out, it is a life-changing transformation that it's like total destruction. And she's getting that both times in both readings in the same consecutive order, if you will. So we're going the Devil card, we're getting the Justice with that, we're getting the Tower card. We're getting the same read twice. Now, this is about 20 more minutes from now, and not even that, and we'll be done with it. I want to say it's actually 17 more minutes. In between, it's the last 10 minutes of it that just start blowing my mind, because now what we know. And so I'll be pausing it from time to time. Muse says that affidavit was shocking with all the details. They kind of hung DM out to dry, in my opinion. Kathy McCauley says, you are so very welcome, Muffin Top. Miss Pottymouth says, Cara, I highly doubt it. What did Kara say? I know I probably shouldn't ask this, but I wonder if one of them was a call girl. I don't know. Barbara Basin, I wonder what was her major in college. Oh, me and you both, Barbara. I want to know. Like inquiry minds want to know, what was she going to school for? Flossie May makes you wonder why he asked if anybody else was arrested. I'm telling you, it's very plausible. It's very possible that he did these inquiries. He got his little derelict fight team together that's already criminals, that's already out for blood, and wanted to see this experiment go down. And he's in a sense, how do I want to put this? Like Charlie Manson. I don't know. I'll let you draw your own conclusion. All right, let's keep going. S says, I wish y'all wouldn't come in here and tell me all about Donna Serafina every day. It drives me crazy. I'm sure she's good at her job, but it really doesn't help me to know what she says or what she saw. I mean, I literally avoid her readings, so I'm not going to even read that. Kelly Mack, I think the new thing for college girls is not call girling anymore. It's sugar babies. Still a plausible question since there was an age difference. Good point. I do agree with this as this many readers can't be wrong picking up odd things on DM after all before Affidavit came out. Okay, here we go. Let's get back into it. To the defensive. Explain to me that we've got that Ten of Swords, we have the Tower moment. Are you kidding me? Explain to me this defending oneself in the Tower moment, please. Defending oneself in the Tower moment. Terrified. And it landed on the work. Was there something between Xana and Dylan at work? I got the Nine of Pentacles, single energy, and the Page of Pentacle, which gives me the Ten of Pentacle. It's a lot about money, toxicity, and work. Is it possible she's aware of somebody getting hired? It's all about work. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's like, what? Okay, a different deck, please. I'm going to move ahead off of Xana for a minute. Let me understand how Dylan felt about Maddie. We have a huge story coming out. Five of Swords, a fight with Maddie. This is a winning at all costs. It's Five of Swords. It's 5 swords. Page of... See why Kyle says, wouldn't you think Ellie would have already interrogated her? And if guilty, she would have been arrested already. I do agree. They would have thoroughly interrogated her. There could be some not understanding everything. I mean, we also have problems because we have some law enforcement that are so tunnel visioned that they don't see the outline areas. We have some that are corrupt even. We do not know that Brian actually did this. We have to wait. He's innocent until proven guilty. However, could there be hidden knowledge behind the cop's head? Yeah, that's happened many times. So I'll just say this. There was an accident where a father took the baby out of the hospital, stole the baby, had the baby in the car, right? It was his baby, but they weren't going to give him the baby, so he acted irrational, and he steals the baby from the hospital, his own baby. And the cops ran the dude off the road with the baby in the car that they're supposed to be protecting. And this car rolled and rolled and rolled. He was the only one that died. Thank God the baby was okay. My point is, cops don't know everything. You know, we can think one way, but then we can look over here on this side. We got Kylie Rodney driving her car from the trunk into the reservoir. So, I mean, really, honestly, there could very much be some serious questions with Dylan, because who waits 8 hours to call 911 and still can recollect what you were doing? See, when you go into shock, you don't get that memory back. Shock, your brain doesn't remember hairy eyebrows. Your brain doesn't remember what the hell was happening up to a certain point. Your brain shuts down and you blank out. So, if she was in shock for so long, the only way, in my opinion, that her body could have went into shock with all the high traffic at that hour and people wearing masks as recent as that year because of COVID, the only reason she would go into shock is if she saw or stumbled onto bodies. And that's what I'm fishing for. But everything in my reading keeps coming up with work, money, money. And I'm curious because as you're about to find out, the reading at the end of this tells us what the affidavit was going to say. So it's dead on there. Why would it be wrong here? I'm just saying. Pentacle. And yeah, it could be a deal with the DA. It could be, but this is prior to the murder. Can't get it out of your head. We're doing the reading. Pissed her off. We're doing the reading, and I'm saying prior to the murder, how does Xana or DM feel about Xana? Prior to the murder, how does Dylan feel about Kaylee? Prior to the murder. So I don't believe there's this working out with the DA and all this and all that. I'm getting money. I'm getting a lot of money cards. Now, I'm not saying it's anything nefarious. I'm saying I want to know, what is this money? Is this a party house where drugs are flowing and it's not being spoken? Are the drugs coming out the basement? Are there drugs being exchanged at this house? Is that why we have people all the time here and all this? I don't know. Pentacle getting even with something moving in your favor. What? Show me this fight with Maddie. This is all prior to the murder. I'm asking this. 5 of Cups, regret. 5, 5. So we go from the 3s to the 55. What is this 5 of Cups? 5 of Swords. Page of Cup, a very stinky offer. Somebody feeling like they got the short end of the stick. Why? Different deck. Toxicity again. Double card twice. Dylan is at odds with 2 of 3 of them so far. According to the reading, toxicity, having a fight. There's a lot of negativity. She's having a fight with some of the roommates prior to their murder. Toxicity between, according to the reading, doesn't make it factual. And Dylan and Xana and Dylan. Maddie, I'm sorry, no. Xana is showing up with Pentacle, 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 Pentacle. Has to do with work. We have the Tower. We have the Wounded Warrior. The commitment. Something's going on at work over here that ain't kosher. I've got to read you some of Misha's points because they're so good. Hold on. Let me find them. Misha says, I am an RN, a registered nurse. Never saw someone pass out for 5+ hours. Just saying. I'm a med tech. I've been in the business for over 20 years. I've had people in shock. I've had people in accidents. I've had people that have fallen and knocked themselves completely out and found on the floor, still passed out from that bump in their head. There's something wrong with this story. We are missing parts. She did not get caught catatonic and just sit in her room from seeing a man in her house. That is not all of the story. I won't buy it. But what's interesting is Misha 313 goes on to say, why didn't she hear the barking, the dog barking, and the thud that the neighbor's camera picked up? Right? Maybe favoritism, where Dylan doesn't feel like she's getting the acclimates. Somebody's stealing her thunder or whatever. But we have the Devil with both girls, so we're going to go for a third deck. Actually, Tracy Gear has a good point too. Maybe when she crossed paths with KB, she was spooked because maybe they have kinky parties and all goes, even mask. So that's why she didn't think twice. Well, we know that's not what she felt because she puts in her affidavit that she was frozen in fear. So she was not thinking nothing of it, or she was frozen in fear. According to the affidavit, she was frozen in fear. I did use this deck. I'm just sharing what it said. We'll go for another deck. All right, this is between Kaylee and Xana. Show me Kaylee and Xana. Here's the story. I plopped out. It's huge. 7 of Pentacles. A lot of time invested, in a sense. There's progress being made. So when you see this, it's like the 7 of Pentacles is like planting seeds in a garden. You're nurturing it. You're watering it. Something had been invested between Dylan and Kaylee. Invested. Then we go to the 6 of Wands, victory. Something planted, something coming to fruition. Whatever she planted is working out. With the 10 of Cups, satisfaction. 10 of Cups, same as Ethan. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. 9 of Swords. This was also, the 9 of Swords was with also who else had the 9 of Swords? Hold on, y'all. I want to see. Maddie. Nightmare for Dylan. You are one authentic. Mask is on. There, I said mask too. Turns out so Dylan saw is on Maddie a mask. And on Xana. Maddie and Xana are the focus, I said. Did Dylan have a grudge based on a loss? Perhaps so. King of Swords, which is true seeker, true speaker. King of Swords. I believe the King of Swords is the law guy. The law setter, keeping things even, keeping them balanced, followed by the Justice, which is a form of revenge possibly, followed by the World, a closed cycle, something that closed in her life. She felt wasn't just, is how I feel, and therefore she was setting it straight, and it's the King of Swords, the King of Knives. What's this grudge have to do with Hannah? 3 of Pentacles, cooperation, strategic planning. Did Dylan allegedly, I'm just asking, have anything to do with the murder of any 4 of the victims? I have the victim card. If you've watched me even twice, you know the Empress is always the victim. So one of the victims, this is a feminine energy, so I don't feel that that is Ethan, honestly. There is a buck on here. I'm getting Venus. I'm getting a Libra type Aquarius energy. Show me this. Death. Victim and death. I'm asking if Dylan had anything to do with any of the deaths. Remember, the dad did clarify the means of death was completely different. They did not match. The death points did not match. We might be dealing with 2 different killers, both with a K-bar knife. Not with the same knife. Those knives are a dime a dozen. You can get it off of Amazon. That is such a good question. Gemini Moon says, this is the best question I've heard all day. How did Xana's food bag and drink get into the kitchen? Not everyone is wrong, just saying. That's excellent. Now think about it. At 4 o'clock, according to the affidavit, the probable cause clause affidavit, that Jack-in-a-Box had just been ordered at 4. It could be that they had Jack-in-a-Box another time and that's left over. I hate to say that, but college kids can do that. But if that is the same box, then Xana would have come out into the kitchen to put the box there. That's interesting because it really would make you wonder if she was returning to her room or something when it happened.
Most people have those nights.
We are going to get together with the chat after this.
They're all over.
It's almost
very
done.
Calm night. Why? Because Dylan's been carrying around burdens.
She keeps getting that 10 of Wands in every reading.
Let's
burden.
the story all the way back through.
Prior to even the murders.
Right here. I'm just pulling them up as we got them.
That's a good point, Lynn.
Okay. With the North Node, I've got the sexual arts. Remember, she has 10 of Cups for Ethan. Starts off with justice, which could be seen as somebody wanting justice. What for? A closed cycle. Somebody closed a cycle. Could that be Anna Claire? Followed by justice again. 2 people seeking justice, maybe. King of Swords, King of Knives. Somebody that's very good with knives. 3 of Pentacles working together, cooperating with that knife thrower. Victim, Empress, with the Death card, followed by putting the burdens down. Because this dude has been carrying, first he got 1 wand, then he got 2, then 3, and pretty soon he's got 10, and they're heavy. And 10 of Wands is when you put them down. You go over here and you turn them into what? Swords. She got it right here. Let's get this Arcana deck. Show me Dylan's. Okay, we got the box.
This gets interesting. The box.
Well, that just really makes me wonder.
I'm wondering if it's a box with a murder weapon in it.
What's next in this case? Gate. There are 4 candles and 2 stars, and it says a gate. So there's 2 stars, one here and one way up here. And then in between you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It gets crazy when we get on the mystery deck, the 11, our deck, the 1111 mystery deck. It gets crazy.
Does Dylan
that
know
stuff
what
works.
happened? Does Dylan actually know the story of what happened? To who did it?
Now we're on the after the murder. Does she know?
The gem.
We get the gem.
Remember, we got 2 Geminis on the 3rd floor, Kaylee and Maddie, and I got the gem. Doesn't have to be referring to them as Gemini, but it's interesting. The gem. So let's qualify a gate, the gem, and the box. Right? Let me understand. We're going to use this little, well, actually, no, I want to use this deck. Now, this deck is the 1111 mystery deck. It is my own personal deck. I took about a year to make it, and it is available on download that you can print yourself at 1111moon.com.
This deck of ours works
Show me
amazing.
This box. Oh, my golly.
We got a story.
Visitor. Guest, pass, traveler,
visitor, passerby, traveler, visitor to the home, right? So when you look at the affidavit, what is Dylan talking about? A guest, a visitor, and a passerby, or somebody that literally passes her by. It literally says it on the card. Okay, here we go.
Think of it as the code to come in, the little box that you have to put your code into. And then you get in. Visitor pass. Thief. Stolen, robbed, and taken, which 4 lives were taken, plus probably trophies. And look, he's got a knife.
Now, on this thief card, the dude's holding a bag, right? He's got a little knife. It says stolen, robbed, taken. Could be the lives taken, or it could be trophies taken, right?
Inside structure, attic, basement, crawl space. And those 2 apartments are in the very bottom level.
Keep getting
there
that
is no basement, but it's as close as that. Look, there might be some crawl space that nobody knows about.
Is it the ductwork? Okay.
It's a 2.
So Brian and his father have went through, like, his father knows this business. He worked maintenance for the school even. He knows all about the air conditioning system and the ductwork, right? The venting system. Is that where the knife is? Because we keep getting this hidden area. Okay.
Get 2 individuals on that bottom level. Oh, and look, remember we had 33 with sexual art? We have it again.
33
with the
again.
Visitor and the thief, 33. See the 3 here, and then the 3 over here.
Here
with
we go.
Shoes, footprints, walk, and footwear.
Shoes. Now remember, this is Dylan's reading. We're thinking about the reading of the affidavit, and she talks in this affidavit that there's a footprint outside her bedroom door. It's a latent footprint. They do some chemical stuff, and they can see a diamond pattern, a literal shoe print, a foot imprint in front of the girl's door. We're doing Dylan's reading. We now have shoes, footprint, walk, footwear.
Interesting, seeing as we have no tracks anywhere. We have killer, murderer, guilty, evil. I'm doing Dylan's reading. I'm just saying.
This could be the killer literally crossing her path, right? She's stating she got close enough to see his hairy eyebrows. It's showing me killer. This is crazy. It's the affidavit 3 weeks before we got it. All in a row.
That's what we have.
Murderer, guilty.
We have male, masculine, evil. And it's a
male
third person.
Male killer. Masculine.
Okay. With bare hands. It says manual, touch, prints. Could be latent prints.
What was found on the sheath itself? Bare hand print, DNA. And it literally says that exact thing, including prints.
Maybe that's Dylan's
Can't make it
hand
up.
on that
All out
glass.
of that one deck, all at once, in a row. And it just keeps going, keeps giving. Manual, touch, it says.
Intruder.
Intruder.
Invader, access, trespasser. And they're going through the window.
I wish. Okay, hold on. We're going to get that card. Intruder. You got to look at it because Dylan reported that the killer came toward her, then passed her by, and went out towards the sliding glass door. Look what this card is. This is the intruder card I'm talking about during that reading. It says invader, access, trespasser. And look, even though it's a window, does it not look like kind of like that sliding glass door? I don't have a sliding glass door. So if I was up in the 5D and I wanted to tell you what the killer did, I'd give you this card, right? It's just crazy. Let's keep going.
And then we have beaten, hit, struck, and abused.
All right. Hit, struck, and abused. Beaten. We know that there were defense wounds on a lot of these victims, but that Xana had the bruising, the literal bruising from the knife. Probably the pummel being hit back. Just saying. Here we go. Back to the read.
Show me if Dylan had anything to do with the person. Like, did she team up with somebody? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Evening.
Evening.
And again, my ring turned. Welcome, Ramblin' Red Rose. Victim. Evening. And I felt like there was more, so hold on. I could be wrong. Oh, no, I felt something fall. It's like I could be wrong. Oh, yeah. Got two more. Well, we're ending on innocent cousin. Is she the
innocent cousin
to Hannah? Is Dylan related to Hannah?
And that's where we start chatting, and that's the end of the read, my loves. Oh, wait, I think we do have blessing cards. Hold on. Let's see if we have blessing cards that tells us what's next. Because it'll tell us more than.
Anna Clary was removed from this earth far too early. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was loving. She was kind. She was generous. She kept to herself. She minded her own business, and poof, gone.
Maybe I don't do blessing
Somebody
cards
had a lot of hate against these poor people. With that, my beautiful, I'm going to give some blessings, and then I'll come
big air hug, Katie
Bug. We'll be also doing another drawing for the GoPro. But we got to be quick because my babies are waking up, and they're probably tearing up the place.
Okay.
Okay, I've got two cards. Okay, I'm just checking my babies. Cave, sanctuary. So within the home.
Within the home.
Island, solitude.
What does that mean?
Where I just sat, and his energy was very solitary. Show me Dylan. Very interesting. I got rainbow blessings and meadow vulnerability.
Vulnerable.
She may have had nothing to do with it, but she sure has a lot of toxicity on the board towards Maddie and towards Xana. Towards Kaylee, not as much. And she's in love with Ethan. I don't mean in love. I just mean she's satisfied. She's like, he's cool.
All right. And that, my dear, is the reading. The ending is crazy. It talks about the touch, talks about, the touch, the bare hand, the print. It talks, which we get the DNA on the sheath. It talks about the shoe and the print there, the footprint there, and we have that outside Dylan's room. It talks about the killer himself, and it shows leaving out this window, which what is a big sliding glass door, but a giant piece of glass, right? It just really nailed it. I was like, are you kidding? The ending blew my mind. The ending blew my mind. So I'm going to come over here to top side. How is everybody? Hello, hello. Thank you, Muffin Top. Thank you. Katie Bug, I hope you feel better, lovely. You got tons of our love. Hey, Sassafras. Sarah Jane, good to see you. Jezzy, 1015. I thought of you, Mama D, when they mentioned the diamond shadow in the shoe print. Validation, 100%. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Karen Ann, that shoe, you guys. Y'all, I'm just saying, that was 3 weeks ago we got that reading. That little section all about that ending there was pretty much our affidavit in a nutshell. It's shocking to me. I mean, it was that close. I am so happy that we're getting in tune with the divine. We didn't understand it at that time. We had no idea that bare hand and touch And all that was going to mean that there was DNA on a sheath laying beside Maddie. No idea. But that is what it meant, right? Karen Ann says, but they was both in on it. Why, if it's true, leave her and walk away? No. Monique Kai says, I got this. Thanks. I'll look it up. Sarah Jane says, girls, whoops, that jumped away. I got to scroll back. Oh my, it's like gone. Girls in a group like this not all get along all the time. Either they can get very catty. Joyful Dolphin says, thank you, Lord Father. That's beautiful. Thaddeus Healy says, I myself have wondered what DM was going to school for. What classes did she take? And did any of them have to do with Brian? Or have with Brian, right? Mr. Wong UK, the roommates, survivors, and another girl, I don't know name. Pez says, what about Bethany? Well, you can go watch my reading on Bethany. I already did that. I don't have any suspicions about Bethany at all, other than she's extremely heartbroken according to my reading. And I follow the divine. I don't follow the news as much as I follow the divine. I follow the cards. I truly do, and what messages I'm given intuitively. That doesn't mean I'm going to be right. I could have misinterpreted things. But with Bethany, even the affidavit wasn't focused on Bethany. And it's probably because she knows nothing. She probably slept through the entire thing. CY Kyle says this is probably why he didn't kill DM, because so much focus is on her now. I don't understand. How would he know the focus was going to be on her now if he didn't kill her? I don't get it. Oh, like a patsy, like leave one alive so that the police will think she did it. Oh, that's brilliant, CY Kyle. Donna Malone says, I wish if she went with him on his journey, it comes full circle at 9 a.m. I wonder if she went with him on his journey that comes full circle at 9 a.m. Well, I doubt it, just simply because they are, LE says in the affidavit that they have the suspect on camera leaving. So it probably would have picked up more than one, right? I would be interested in knowing if DM is friends with BK's sister from across the street. Bam! Me too, Shirley. Me too. Kathy McCallie, God bless idahofour. We all can agree to that. We can absolutely all agree with that. Kara Lemaitre says, can we do a spirit box on Hannah? Yeah, not today. Well, let me see how this evening goes. I don't know if you guys will be able to make it that late. But if I was going to do a spirit box, it can't be real late at night because it drives people crazy. But I could do it maybe around 7 p.m. because I got to take my son to work. He goes work at 2. Well, actually, we could do it right away. We could do it at, I'd say 2 hours from now. Would you want to do that? Let me see a 1 if you guys would like to do as our second video today, a spirit box read for Hannah Clear. Very brilliant, intelligent soul that allegedly took her own life. Many do not believe that. Many believe she died of a fentanyl or drug overdose that was not over the counter. Holy cow. Okay. All right. 2 hours from now, we will do a spirit box at 3 p.m. U.S. Central. B. Rando, his sister doesn't live across the street. It's been debunked. Sister lives in PA. Y'all, somewhere I'm picking up 2 sister energy. 2. And I know they say there's 1. I'm picking up a second one. There's something to the second. And the fact that his sister allegedly played in a movie that's a horror flick, very much like the murders, like it's been recorded and all that, is absolutely mentally fucking disturbing to me. And I swore on purpose because I mean that. That is foobarred. That is not real. That is unreal. That is something that just points at him and says, oh yeah, what about this? If it turns out that that is true, that his sister played in a movie that looks almost identical to what happened at the idahofour in this horror slasher film, if that turns out to be true, that is absolutely appalling. And I hope that that is somehow brought up in court, because that could be planning. That could be some serious planning. That could be, let's do a trial run to a snuff recording. Yes, two sisters, both older. That's what I heard too, Whiskey Boots. And one allegedly does live in the area. And allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly, knowing I've seen it in a report, in a news report, that he chose to go to Washington because of his sister going to Washington. So I think his sister lives somewhere in the vicinity of that area. Some say no, she does not. But I've heard there's two, and I'm not going to argue. I'm going to agree to disagree until we find out in the future. My gut tells me there's two, and one went to this thing. Mr. Wrongful UK says, Mr. Wrong UK says, if I was killer, I would they cheap. I would they cheap. I'm not picking up exactly what you mean, dear. Parker Savage says snuff stuff is what I found interesting. That's what I'm wondering. Was he making his way through college? And he was like, if I make this film and hire these derelicts that already are blood-seeking criminals, I can do my research, I can make some money, and I've already got the skit. I've already got the playbill, right? I've already got the lines that everybody's going to say. Pam Zama wants to know, is anyone else having problems with losing chat a lot? It is bloody sick, Karen. I agree. See, I got this. Says there is two older sisters older than him. Jezzy 1015 said, I heard he had a body camera on. Just a rumor, though. You may have heard it from me. I said, I suspect that he filmed this whole thing. I've said it from the beginning. I feel it. Sassy Solo wants to know, how did she see his bushy eyebrows in the dark at 4 a.m.? And my question as an add-on is, if you can see his bushy eyebrows, why are you not seeing blood? There should be some on the carpet, on the floors. Leonard Love movie on Amazon Prime for 99 cents. That is insane. It's like, who's writing this shit? Oh my gosh. And it is opinions here. And we may have different opinions, and that's just fine. In fact, that is perfect, because there is 2 sides to every story and 3 sides to every story, right? 171 sign-in, found that Jack in the Box photo opened with sticker that says Santa on bag, but not closing it. So is that the bag she ate out of? I'm not sure what that would mean, but that's interesting. That's in the kitchen. Ooh, Sassy Solo says, maybe. Just rumor, just a thought. Dean was hitting the record button. Michelle Arella says his sister Melissa lives in New Jersey. Mr. Wrong UK says, I just think this would be recorded. Parker Savage, lady badgering girls to do snuff film. Do you hear this? Lady badgering girls to do a snuff film. Did you hear this? No, that's creeping me out. I got this says, I wonder why I haven't heard anything about Xana's celebration of life. Leonard Love, I was always told 3 sides to every story, yours, mine, and the truth. Leonard Love, okay, that was Leonard Love that said that. Karen Ann, any random sound that is out of the norm, you ring the cops. What about the barking, the barking, the barking, and then thud? And what? Please. It's just killing me, you guys. Aubrey Ingayan says, just feel weird about him returning to the scene at 9 o'clock and her coming back to normal in this reading. He would have been there about the time that she would have been ringing friends of the family, like Hunter and the sister. Sassy Solo says, interesting that DM distanced herself from all 4 victims' parents straight after the slaying and apparently lawyered up, just like Sammy Smith and Kylie case. Best friends, right? So sus, Mama D. Lulu, it is showing, according to the phone pings that's listed in the affidavit, that his phone, now keep in mind, everybody is innocent till proven guilty. Just because somebody's phone appears somewhere doesn't mean they're there. I'm going to stand by that. But his phone pings in the area of King Road near the murder home. It's like 9:20-ish. Like it leaves Pullman at 9 and it's at Moscow near King Road at like 9:20-ish. Like 9:12 to 9:24, something like that. Don't quote me on the time. Don't quote me on the time. Sarah Jane says in the male voice said, whatever she said she heard, but doesn't mean it's true or the right statement. Well, and we all know she could have heard the killer wrong. Whiskey Boots, what is he was talking to DM and said it to her? Ooh, I don't know. That's creepy. Monique Kai says back in 2011, Amanda, now a school counselor, appeared in the low-budget slasher film 2 days back about a group of young students viciously murdered by a serial killer. What in the name of Jesus and all that is holy is wrong with these people? Pam Zamos says they showed that white car in the background the morning of the murders. Monique says, found it. Donna Malone says, that's why I wonder if he dropped her or someone off after disposing everything. Right, Sarah Jane? I agree with you, Mama D. What in the world is wrong with some people? Mr. Wong, UK. I said Wong. I meant wrong. Mr. Wrong, UK. Money. Dylan has money. They all do. Leonard Love, horror actress, killer, and therapist. CY Kyle, we also don't know if the victim's family made her feel extremely guilty by questioning her. Why didn't you call 911 sooner? And maybe it got so bad, she just made herself scarce. That is a very good point, CY Kyle. That is an excellent point. I know when people were like, why aren't they coming forward? If they're innocent, they should be out there on the media. And I'm like, the killer ain't caught, y'all. I'd be like under witness protection. You wouldn't even say my name. You wouldn't even know my name. I'd be gone. So we have to remember through all that we do, we don't know all the facts. I just spit all over. We don't know all the facts. We have theories, we have ideas, but we need to keep our minds wide open, right? And remember, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. We need to follow through, be diligent, always take tarot with a thought of this is some guidance, right? But you really need to do your work. Like an investigator is not going to come to me, a detective, and be like, so where do you think this murder took place? And I'm like, over there by the tree. And then he's going to go right to the jury and go, the tarot reader said it's over by the tree. That's not how it works. That investigator would be like, all right, I'm going to go check it out. Then if he finds a piece of evidence, he's not even going to bring up the tarot reader. He's going to go right to his judge and be like, I need a search warrant. I've got evidence by this tree and da 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 da. We're just suggesting. So keep in mind, no matter what tarot reader, including myself, that you read, we can be wrong. We are wrong at times, okay? And we do our best. We do our absolute best. With that, my lovelies, I'm excited to see you in approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes at 3 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Wait a minute. I need time to make a thumbnail for it. You know what? I'm not going to make a thumbnail. I'm just going to leave it out there the way it is. We're going with 3 o'clock. We're flying by the seat of our pants because we are a work in progress. And perhaps we can get Hannah Claire some justice because, in my personal opinion, I believe she deserves more. I don't know. I feel like she got shortchanged in some way. And we still want to do that other reading on the boy that was found drowned too. We'll be doing that soon. I want to understand that. Even if it is separate from this case completely, I'd like to understand, is that an accident? Hey, you guys, I do want to jump off the beaten path real quick. No, I'm going to save it. I was just told not yet. All right. I will see you at 3 p.m. today, which is 1 hour and 45 minutes for those of you that can stand. And it is very loud and it is very obnoxious, but we're going to do the spirit box. All right. I love you to the moon and back. God bless you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. See you soon.